Welcome to our live streams. This is where the grown-ups trade. No hype, no flexing, no TikTok guru nonsense. Just focus, discipline, and respect for the craft. Here we trade gold, the oldest store of value on Earth, at the precision scalping level. That's where trading gets real. Where a single tick too early or too late decides everything. It's the hardest style of trading there is. And the highest form, too. Because it demands mastery of mind, structure, and emotion. Execution over ego. Reaction over prediction. Can it be the most lucrative? Yes, but only for those who earn it. There are no shortcuts here. You can't fake discipline at 10-second speed. Most gurus out there sell you dreams from their demo accounts. We build traders who can survive the market on their own terms. We don't promise easy wins. We teach you how to build a system that doesn't break when you do. If you're here, you already know what that takes. Courage, grit, gumption, the willingness to get punched in the face by uncertainty and still show up tomorrow with your rules intact. Because precision scalping isn't just a trading style, it's a mirror. It shows you who you are under pressure, and it forces you to get better, not just as a trader, but as a person. The focus you build here, the emotional control, the ability to act without hesitation, those are life skills. They translate everywhere. So welcome to the Barcelona Trader, where we practice the hardest craft in markets and one of the most rewarding in life. Let's get to work.
Good morning. It is May 7th. So we've had Star Wars Day, May the 4th be with you. Cinco de Mayo. Sixo de Mayo. And now 7-0 de Mayo. All right. Let's see if we can finish out the week really good. I'll be on this morning. I will not be on tonight. Got a engagement I need to go to. So let's take a look around the block, see where things stand, and get ready to do some trading. Actually, what I'm going to do first, bear with me. I'm going to get a journal template up. All right. Now, did we all see the analysis on YouTube? And it is on our Discord. I'm going to go ahead and put a Discord link on this live streaming page, right? People can sign up for the Discord if they want to. Nice thing. Okay. I have a confession to make, which I have not, even though I did analysis, I have not come right to the page here having thoroughly read it. So let's do that. No, how did that happen? What the heck happened here? Command Z. Okay, there we go. All right, let's try this again. Something is going terribly wrong. Not really working for me there either. Let's try it from over here. There we go. All right, what do we have going on here? Why am I seeing my streaming soon card still flying around here? Oh, I see. There we go. Okay. All right, well, good morning. So if you're new to the drop, like, sauce me a follow, as the kids say. And let's take a trip around the block. See what's going on here. We have gold making a little bit of a move upright. That is a 10-second chart, so that move looks a lot bigger than it actually is. Let's flip around over here and look at the, well, let's look at this on a bigger chart first. Let's take this out to the 30 minutes so we can see what happened since market open. Market at this vertical gray line right here, that's 6 p.m. New York time. Since then, we've done nothing. Well, I won't say nothing, but we've gone up. We went up pretty strong here, right around 9:30 p.m. last night. Came back down, and then we had a real strong push up right at 2:30 a.m. And then we just halted and consolidating ever since. It is now 52, and we're going to go ahead and get the Zoom room open, but let's just take a look here first at what we have going on. So we have our pivot. We're sitting, this solid yellow line right here is last week's high of the week. So we're sitting right there around 47.30 or so. We have pushed up above last week's high of the week. It was a failed breakout initially. It came down below that level, and now it has pushed back up above it. So we might be having a successful breakout. That's going to depend on a thing, namely on what the dollar does. The dollar is right here. Nope, right here over on the right. We have a 30-minute dollar chart and the 1-minute dollar chart on the bottom. And we see that through the London session, the dollar fell. That drove gold up. Dollar is rising slightly now, except for the last minute. It's been falling a little bit, but if we keep pushing up, then dollar's going to have a hard time continuing up. If we come down, dollar's probably going to continue to rise. It will also depend on news. We have news at 8:30, unemployment claims. That will also affect things. Here we have VIX and the gold volatility index. Okay, so now that we have kind of taken a look at everything, move back to the 5 chart so we can kind of see the microstructure, and then we got the 1-minute chart. This is what's that same thing that we looked at. The same thick yellow line there is the high of last week. So we're floating right around there. And then here's our execution page. We have the spot gold on the 1-minute chart here on the upper left. We have the dollar on the 1-minute on the bottom left. We have gold futures on the 10-second chart here in the middle. My execution screen. We have the Renko over here that moves based on price rather than on time. And down here on the bottom, we have FX Blue relative strength, showing gold stronger than the dollar right now, showing us in an uptrend. Running in the background. Not the background, it's actually off to my left side, but I'm able to pull the graph into the screen that you're seeing here. And this is my MetaTrader 4. We have a number of charts, all on the right, on the left side, they're traditional candlesticks, same as trading view. The bullish candles are yellow or gold. The bearish candles are blue for tears of sorrow. With the 15-minute chart, the 1-hour chart, the 4-hour chart, our 1-day chart, we have gold and Japanese yen strength indicator here. We have a FX here showing the strength of the trend that we're in. here we have Hakanashi candles on the 15-minute, the 5-minute, the 1-minute, and then the Renko again over here on the far right, which is the only I like to keep visible on the execution page because we use it to execute. Okay, that's where things end. Let's get the Zoom room. And you know, if you're new and you want to hang out with us over time, you'll learn how we trade. I have this thing tonight that I said I would go to. Okay, my virtual camera is deciding not to work right now. So that's always nice. So we will use same one. I'm thinking about taking buy here just because it shows so much bullishness. You know, we've got a little ways to go before we run into a hard resistance. The dollar is dropping slightly, ever so slightly. We've got 8 o'clock, exactly 2 minutes. There we go, something like that. Take a little scratch trade here just to make sure everything's working. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So I'll make sure everything's working. Okay. That is working. Let's make sure it's working on my trade kite here. Okay. Oh. Going the wrong way. All right, we'll see if it comes back down. If it doesn't, you know, it's not that big of a loss. It took a very small trade to make sure everything was oiled up and working. And I can't get my broker site open. I had to take the trade directly off of TradingView, which was the whole reason I was trying to make sure it was working in the first place. Since I couldn't get my broker open, I had to make sure it was going to work off of TradingView. Looks like price is coming back to be able to get out for small penny losses, maybe even a little bit of a gain. There we go. Go ahead and take that. Okay, well, we know it's working. Why trade loading? Okay. Well, while we're here, while we're just sitting on our hands for a few minutes, I am going to take a moment to read through the morning brief. All right, I'm just going to read it out loud. Since we have some, I'll keep my eye on things that I need to jump into a trade. We will do so. First of all, though, before we do anything else, let me set my alerts, my time alerts, so we don't miss anything. I'm going to set my first alert for 8:19, so we are alert for the 8:8 COMEX open, then 8:29, and then 8:59, so we're alert on the half hours, and then of course 9:29 and 9:59 again. Now usually we're here until about 10, but we might be signing off a little earlier today. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put this analysis on the screen for you. We're just going to have to do everything for a little bit. We're not going to take any trades in the next few minutes. I'm going to put that here. Let you read. I'll move it here in a little bit once. Okay, so for initial jobless claims, we're looking at estimate of 205,000. Our previous number was 198,000. And this is the first major U.S. labor read of the morning. And it will matter because the labor market is tied directly to the Fed rate narrative. A hotter or lower claims print supports the U.S. dollar and yields, and a weaker, higher claims print can pressure U.S. dollar yields and support gold. All right, so that's what we want to focus on here. It's 8:09 right now. Now, are we going to take any trades between now and 8:30? Well, that really depends. If there's a perfectly wonderful setup, we might, but there isn't right now. Okay, excuse my sniffle into the microphone there. It looks like there's liquidity up here. If it goes there, I'm going to grab some of that. Yeah, but I had to discontinue a couple of my funded accounts because I wasn't withdrawing. I wasn't taking. I wasn't withdrawing, and they were costing me every month to maintain them. Yeah. Right. Right now, I'm super focused on trading conservatively and just consistently having green weeks. That's really what I'm after right now. Not try any experiments. Not try thinking that okay, now that I have A down, let's see if I can try B. I'm just going to try to make money with A. You know what I mean? Right up into a resistance here on the 1 minute Hakanashi. Right here. And you have to remember, we've got news coming up at, in 15 minutes. And so the money's waiting for those numbers to be released before making their moves. Excuse me. And a lot of the... I'm gonna sneeze again. Excuse me again. A lot of the big firms have internal data teams, and they have a good sense of where the numbers are going to land before they're released. So a lot of them will, price that in, try to move the market where they want it to be. Before numbers are released. But they still all wait for the number to be released before they make big moves, because what they're looking for is liquidity. They want retail traders and the smaller investors to make their move on the numbers that they see, so that the big money can counter move against it. If everybody's selling and a big player wants to drive the price higher, then they'll sit below those sells and buy them up as price drop. And then they'll start buying, they'll continue buying. And then once the sellers are exhausted, there are no more sellers, they keep buying. And it drives the price up. And it stops out all of those trader had gone short. And the big player got to buy at a lower price, drove the price up, and then began selling again from the top. It's 8:16. Do you know where your children are? Okay, we have 1 minute for the 8:20 COMEX open. Usually adds a little liquidity to the market. The 8:20 COMEX giving us that little push down. We want to come down a little. We are going right into a on the 1 minute, breaking through that support. Let's see what we have left in there. Don't want to chase that falling knife. This price action tells me we're going to keep going from here. Let's look at a little bit of that. I did not get a little bit of that. Oh, yes, I did. Not very much. What a bunch of... Well, it was actually a good trade, I think. Made money on it. But there was such late that I may not have. Yeah, I lost like 20 bucks on it. Alright, so I've had I've had 2 trades. 1 winner, 1 loser. No break-evens. Well, that's really not fair. The market kind of hosed me here. Alright, I think we may have gone offline there for just a second. Something was going on with my Wi-Fi connection. Switched to my backup. Getting a lot of latency. Let's see if this works any better. Yeah, so now we're just kind of waiting. We've got the data release. We had a very good trade on the back of that data release. We were front running it, unfortunately, because we was already in a reversal, in a trade that I had reversed and had gone over 100 against me by the time I reversed. So it looks like unemployment claims came in good for dollar, bad for gold, but gold rose anyway. That could have been one of those situations I was talking about earlier where you have a lot of aggressive buyers coming in to take up the liquidity of the aggressive sellers who saw that number and thought, sell gold. I don't want to take it down as we've only been showing bullishness right now. Trading right up into resistance here, so I don't know if I want to do that. In fact, I know I don't want to do that, but it's frustrating because then basically the market's not giving you anything. And then doing things you can't trade. Let's see what we can get. I'm in the trade. It hasn't shown up over there on my trade away yet. Oh, that probably got logged out. All right. Well, I'm 15 down, 21 down, 12 down, 18 down, 24 down. 54 down. Coming back up a little bit. Nope, 72 down. Shall I just reverse at this point? Just when I thought we were going up. You know, there's a reason I didn't want to trade this direction, and it's proving me right. So I think it pushes up just a little bit more here. And gives me the opportunity to get out here with, you know, just a couple shots. Take that. I think I took $9 there. Okay, I gotta log back in over here if I'm going to. Again, tempting, but you know, once I shot, I don't want to trim that resistance. We are at the top of the day. We are pushing into the MM3 pivot. We're pushing into a swing high. And we see significant resistance. Got 5 minutes here for 9 a.m. Feels like everything just kind of fizzled after that data print. Let's see if some liquidity and some movement come back to the market. It's still early relatively. It's pre 9:30. Now we're getting some downward movement. We're just here for let me get let me lose this guy. That's the daily analysis. Move him back over here, and I'll show you a little bit what we're waiting for. This is the 1 minute spot gold chart. You see it was pretty. We could go back here at the beginning of the bullish candles, which on my chart are gold. Anyway, you see us see price climb right up here through about 8:17. Came down here at 8:30. It hesitated a minute or two, but then it really took off. Now we're coming off that. Not really sure what the market wants to do. The narrative is right here in the economic press anyway. I'm going to try to switch back to my other Wi-Fi. Hopefully it will improve the connection. But you might see a brief stall in the stream. But just hang tight. I'll be right back. Let's see, how am I going to do this? Guys, I had to switch to back Wi-Fi. I was having some streaming issues. I'm going to see a path going back in 3, 2, 1. So hopefully the stream is picking up back now. We've got 30 seconds for that 9 a.m. candle. Okay, we should be back. We should be back. I have about 15 seconds for that 9 a.m. candle, a little bit more. would rather trading down than up. So don't get me wrong. Probably was a trade I'd been in, but I still haven't fiddle around with my charts, so I wasn't as alert and in the zone as I would have needed to be to catch that. I'm not that interested in taking it back up. I'd like it to go back, but I'm not caught enough that that's going to happen. But I mean, this is not. My MT4 is running, or trading view is running behind. I had to manage that trade directly on Tradeovate. It's frustrating. Got with today. Challenge to trade. I haven't even been updating my notes. Let me do that. Whoa. Actually up for the session, which is great. Kind of tempted to go up. Haven't quite printed flat candles on the 1 minute though. Got little bottom wicks, so not exactly what I'm looking for. Why we wait for confirmation? We're turning around. What's that? You leaving? It's going all right. I'm up for the session. Session, yep. Nah, yeah, nope. Hope you have, are you leaving? Oh. That was a great trade. That trade was entirely dictated by waiting for price to come back down and the support on last week's high of the week, also bottom of the 1 minute channel, and immediately as soon as I saw absorption on my Q delta right down here, I knew that I had that right up there. I got to this support here, it began to stall out. That was my $78. Pushed up. Well, it would still be going up, but less with less comfort and the possibility they could just snap back. Not really sure how big that bounce is going to be. It could be a longer term bounce, and if it is, then maybe we'll get back. I think I could get back in, but I'm feeling cautious. You know, we were coming down, and this is a bounce. It's a reaction off of coming down to the support. So I don't want to overestimate how high it's going to bounce, and especially since it seems to be stalling right now. Now it could go higher, but it's not where I put my money. Well, it did have a little more oomph to it than I thought. Be in for a little Barcelona to play here. That is tide came in to shore. Well, that's what this was. Tide came into shore. This is the beach over here. Pulled back out. And now the next wave is coming back into shore. And lucky, it'll not just come into shore, but it'll also come way up onto the beach. Be a nice little rundown. I'm just saying that's what could be setting up. I'm not saying that is what's setting it up. Probably not going to see any real movement until 9:30. I am keeping my eye open for this to suddenly begin back down to support. But no, look at that. Other plans. Yeah, I just, it's doing what it's doing. I just don't feel confident enough about it to place a bet on it in a direction. As I look at the bow on a 1 minute chart, I'm impressed by it. That's better than I thought it was going to. Obviously, I got out much earlier. Way down here could be another step up here. That would be well over making my bet if I had done that. But I didn't trust it's gonna go. Perhaps I should have. Hi.
How's it going?
Okay. What's that?
Still trading?
Yep.
Okay, I love you.
I love you too.
Feel anxious.
Oh.
Is trading gonna work?
Yep.
Month. Oh man, which month?
I'm working here, honey. Okay. This is where I'm going to fade. It's okay. Still looking for the fade. Mm. a good trade. I don't want to short this. I mean, I want to, but I'm not going to. In the sense that, I mean, it was kind of tempting to do it, but I know better. I can read the tape better. Might just consolidate here. All right, that's about the best that I can do. Probably should just. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna call it here. So, I see you tomorrow morning. I'm not going to be on this evening. So I will see you tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. Have a great one.